So, this part is, I'm guessing, part 4 now. Oh, and where we last left off, Naruto said if they manage to complete, if they end up mastering the abilities I gave them in that scroll, rules I gave them the complete copy, if they manage to master some of them, they might stand a chance, or at least be able to back me up a bit. Naruto said. With a sigh. Well, how about you? Naruto said to Uzumaki. So, I've done a few jobs for the third. I'd had some fun. And went out for a while roaming around. Naruto, she said, and then they said, are you sure about that? That he wasn't following me around? In the shadows, Naruto said, with a small smile on his face. Naruto Uzumaki then stared at him with the deadpan look. How did you know? Stuttering. Here's a jutsu that takes, it's called a pulse, chakra pulse jutsu. Ooh. If you alter the flow of chakra when you release it, it can keep at least one pulse can last about 5 minutes. It's Naruto said. Naruto then stated that. Naruto then just looked at her. I'm pretty sure even someone like you could get it down flat. And she's like, really? Are you sure about that? Naruto then said, and I might not be too good at explaining stuff, but I will give you the best I can. Basically, let off a chakra outwards out of your body, then around your whole body outwards on a small pulse, and try maintaining it for a few seconds before releasing it. Naruto said, with a weird sigh on his face. Naruto said, wow, you've got it pretty quick, Naruto said. Took me almost a week to master it, Naruto said, along with shadow clones. Naruto said to her. And she's like, so you mean the secret of the shadow clone? Said, yes. Naruto So then, and fast forward, and 4 days later, Naruto went to check up on Ino and the Sakura, and asked how are they doing with techniques in the scrolls. He ends up finding them and asked, and says, I've mastered some of the abilities, and asked how many, and she says 4, and I'm gonna tell you what these are: tree walking and water walking, and multiple shadow clone on shirking jutsu. Yeah. Okay, let's see so far. No, then there's one that I'm having a little trouble with, she said, but I'm getting closer. I'm guessing you're doing the element one, Naruto said. They shook her head in amusement. Naruto then said, what's your element or need to release? Naruto said, I don't know what release has. I'm just gonna say it's going to be wind. And Naruto just let out a dry laugh when she said that, and Naruto said, the laugh, the dry laugh. Said, what's so funny? Said, and that's my element. All affinity. At this point, Naruto said, although if you get it down, it's possible to use different natures, release natures, Naruto said, and with so now let me guess, it's you're sweating and doing the leaf splitting, Naruto said, and it already gave you a pointers and you're having a little bit of trouble. Oh, Naruto asked, yeah, I'm getting it down perfectly, but I'm having a little trouble with it. Naruto then asked, are you trying to cut it from both sides with your one chakra? Naruto said, then gave it a try. It was like, wow, that worked easier. I should have said that in the scrolls. Naruto said, next step is, next task gonna have you do is channel your one chakra into a kunai and throw it in practice, Naruto said. But be careful, Naruto said. And asked why. If your hand slips when you're doing this, you will cut your hand or cut your fingers off. It's a very risky and dangerous technique, Naruto said. If it was thrown and can go through a giant boulder and trees like it's butter, cutting through butter, Naruto said. The same with your fingers, Naruto said. So be careful. Don't have your fingers anywhere near the bladed part, Naruto said. Now what? Let's go together. Or two. I want to see how far if you got. If you get this down, I can give you some pointers if you want. Naruto said. And I was like, alright. She does practice the jutsu with Naruto already has his down packed as well. And it's like, okay, well, I have a few kunai that you can use if you need it. Naruto said, then it's like, alright, how do I give this how do I do this when blade thing, said. Naruto then said, basically the same thing with the leafy channel. Your nature release through the kunai and try to maintain it, Naruto said. And, alright, I will give it a try, Naruto said, said. And it only took, 4 hours to get it down right. And that's with the clones. And she had mastered it. Well, got it down pat for the most part. Naruto said, not bad. Naruto then said, asked, so, how's your fighting style coming along? Naruto said. And she's like, I'm not too good at it. Naruto then said, and there should be some in the scrolls that I handed you. And I was like, I'm currently working on it. Said, so let me guess. And your clones dispel too, so you can't get it down. No, when said yes. So let me help you out with this. Naruto said, I will be the one that takes the damage. You just do the attacks. That's in the scroll, Naruto said. But no shots for the groin, Naruto then said. Oh. And 1 Naruto said, asked, "Are you sure about that?" Naruto then told her, and there's only, there's, I can't stand too many, I heal faster than most people, Naruto said, and we can prove it too if you want to, Naruto said, and he then's like, you're full of crap, said. Naruto then looked at her and okay, I'll prove it. And Naruto pulled out a kunai and cut his hand, the palm of his hand, and Naruto showed her his hand after and it was already healed within a minute. Which price, So you weren't wrong. You can go all out, Naruto said. And he's like, alright, said. Those that you don't know, it's a mix of at least fighting style, which is taijutsu, and judo style. Stick fighting. Which is not a bad combo. After about 50 minutes, and I was like, alright, I need to take a break. I can't breathe because she's out of energy. And, then says, as Naruto, how are you not injured or out of energy? Naruto then said, I don't know, I've always been like that. Naruto says, well, I guess I will see ya, Naruto said, before leaving. About 20 minutes later, Naruto arrived at Sakura's house and asked to know if she's got the scroll down, some of the abilities down. Naruto said, yes, I got 4 down. Just need to work on 1, and that's the fighting style. Which Naruto then says, I will be your punching bag for today. Sakura gets hit down somewhat. Naruto was having a good, not bad. So, what you got down? Naruto asked. And Sakura said, I got the tree walking and water walking. Got some of the taijutsu down, Sakura said. And anything else? Naruto said, I'm working on water, release, nature. So Naruto looked at her. Naruto looked at her. Well, that's good. Naruto said. And I would help you out, Naruto said, with that. But I don't got water nature, Naruto said. For now, I'll be seeing you around. Tomorrow's the the final thing we have to do before we become Genin. Naruto said. Alright, we're gonna skip to the not to the tuning exam, to the test before they can do missions and stuff. We're skipping to that. Okay. Yeah. Kakashi is a few minutes late. They all ate something before getting there. They got there for 2 hours and 40 minutes before Kakashi got there, since he's late. So it only took, in that time, Kakashi explains about test, and Naruto and Yonda, and whoever fails to, and that doesn't do anything during this, during the time and stuff, and didn't get the bows. He explains the whole thing. Same as Naruto was, as soon as he said go, Naruto was already gone. Same with Sakura and Ino. And Naruto was the first one up. Naruto came up with a plan. One of us, I will go out there and attack. You guys try to attack, find an opening and get the bells, Naruto said. I got an idea. Now, Naruto said, I will fight him and try to bring him towards the water. Bring him to the water. Sakura, use your nature release to attack him at I'll relentlessly and hold him in place. Do the mind trance and grab the bells when his guard is down, Naruto said. Naruto said, and Sakura and couldn't tell where Naruto was due him concealing his presence and concealing his voice for a period of time. It sounded like it was all over the place. in action. Naruto said, okay, Naruto and went after Kakashi after throwing the kunai. Using kunais at Kakashi, which did that transfer. I think that minimizes damage. Edge, which wasn't that bad. But Naruto ends up getting him pinned, which ends up working in their favor, and they end up getting the bells in the end. That's the end of this story. Ready for now.